Hey, I'm Miracle Keach, and I'm with Jack Parrott, and he is an all-star client of Dio's, and he's seen some amazing results, has a very interesting story to share, and some kind of words about Dio too. So we're going to dive into that. And Jack, first thing I want you to do is I kind of just want you to explain to everybody how you got started working with Dio and why.
About a year ago, I was at 258 pounds. I'm only 5'9", so I was just really uncomfortable all the time. Had a hard time even tying my shoes. My double extra large t-shirts were getting too tight, so I decided I really needed to make a change and do something. I went up to Anytime Fitness because I was looking for a boot camp style fitness class, but I wasn't sure that I wanted to do CrossFit. And luckily for me, that's where Dio happens to train. And so when I went up there and joined up, they got me in touch with Dio, and that's how we got started.
Tell me what was going through your head when you realized, you said the shirts weren't fitting, you were having a tough time tying your shoes, doing it. What was, like, how did you feel?
I was just miserable. I was like, I'd always been a little bit chubby, but nothing like that. And all I can say is I was just miserable all the time. I was very uncomfortable, getting out of breath real easy, and I just really unhappy.
How long did it take you kind of feeling like this before you decided to make that change?
It was very short. It's probably once I got up to being that heavy, I would say it's just a couple months before I decided I really needed to do something.
Was there a certain factor or something that had happened that made you think, all right, now is the time I'm going to go and try and get some help?
Um, I went out of town with my girlfriend and I went out of town for St. Patrick's Day to see with some friends. And when I saw the pictures of myself from that trip, that's when I really realized how big I had gotten, and that's what really kind of started for me as well.
And that just didn't make you feel too good seeing those pictures.
No, not at all.
What was, I guess, explain a little bit more about kind of what your life was like. What were some of the struggles? Like you said, you're putting a shirt on, tying shoes. What was
Right.
just more difficult during that time than it should have been?
Well, the big problem is I'm a police officer. At the time, I was working patrol, so just putting my uniform on in the morning and getting my gun belt on, all those things were getting to be pretty difficult as well.
Okay. So you decided to go and make this change, and you went in there. What were you feeling like when you were about to, make this change and find somebody to help you? I mean, were you nervous? What were you feeling like?
I was excited. I wasn't too nervous to begin with because I'd been in the Army and I'd been through an actual boot camp, so I was looking forward to starting that type of workout program again. But little did I realize how difficult it was going to be in the beginning for sure.
Okay, and talk about that. You came across. You said you were introduced to Dio. What was your first experience and thoughts that kind of came across your mind when you first came across him?
My first workout was actually pretty funny. We were doing like TRX and rip trainer kind of workout, and I'd never done anything like that. And I lasted all of about 15 minutes with Dio. I was so worn out after that 15 minutes, I sat in my car with the air conditioner blowing for about another 30 minutes before I felt like I could drive home.
Okay, so what did you after that? What did you realize? Were you like, all right, this is the thing for me, or you weren't sure?
No, I realized I was even in worse shape than I'd even thought,
Okay,
and I knew that this guy could whip me into shape once I had that first session with him.
okay. Was there something about him that you thought maybe, that connected you right off the bat that you were like, all right, well, I know this is the guy for me?
I don't know if there was something like that right off the bat, but I liked his style of teaching. I liked his style of instruction where things were mixed up quite a bit, and it was the kind of interval type training where you'd go for a certain time and then rest for a certain amount of time, and I think that's probably what I liked the most about him in that first encounter.
Okay, and explain kind of how the process has been while you've been working with him, because how long have you actually been with him now?
It's just a little over a year now.
Okay, and so you've worked with Dio, you've gotten to know him pretty well. What's the training process like, and how has that been beneficial to you?
It's been great. I'm up to 4 days a week with him now. Probably the best thing I can say about Dio is I don't think we've ever done the same workout twice. We'll do a lot of the same moves and everything, but he always keeps everything new and different. And we keep up that interval training, and he's good about if you're starting to build your endurance or to where that time isn't as challenging for you anymore, he has no problem bumping it up or making it harder for you to work out. So you're always going to be tired at the end of one of his workouts.
Oh, so there's always a progression. Like there's never kind of like an end. It's always going to be something that's better for you.
Exactly. I mean, even now, over a year later, just yesterday morning, I worked out with him, and I thought I was going to die at the end of the workout. So,
All right. Well, you've been with him for a year, and a lot of times for clients, sometimes that's a long time. What's kept you there for this long?
same things I've already said. He's always kept me going, always keeps me motivated, and
Okay.
I've seen the results. I've lost 70 pounds and gained lots of muscle, and I'm 37 years old. I'm in better shape now than when I was 27 or 17.
Okay. Now, how does it make you feel? Like you've lost 70 pounds in a year, which is a huge achievement. How do you feel now compared to that day before you went in and started working with him?
Oh, great. Now I'm wearing clothes, smaller size clothes than I ever did before. I've gone out and run mud races and fun runs, and
Hmm.
I just do lots of things that I never would have been able to do before.
How does that make you feel? Emotionally, mentally.
Oh, it's great. It's a huge confidence boost, especially when I have people coming up to me every day asking me what I'm doing, telling me how good I look, and I get that all the time. And I've even had people go to Dio because of me.
Hmm. Okay. So you've lost 70 pounds. You gained muscle. People are asking you, what you're doing. How much of a, I guess, change has your life made from a year ago? I mean, could you have seen your life would have been a year ago at this point now?
Absolutely not. I mean, I expected to go in and lose some weight and maybe be in a little bit better shape, but nothing like I am now. Like I said, I'm in the best shape I've ever been in, and I've been in the Army. I'm a police officer, and nothing that I've done before now has put me in this good a shape as I am.
So it's been a life-changing experience for you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Now, yeah, you had mentioned you have a girlfriend, correct?
Well, she's my wife now, so
Wife.
yeah.
Okay. How has this made her feel?
She's always telling me how good I look and
Yeah.
calls me muscly man and things like that. So she's on board with my training program with Dio as well.
Okay. So obviously it's not just helped you then. So she's supportive. It's basically helped the relationship too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Very cool. Now, this has been a very interesting story. You've gotten a lot of results in a pretty short period of time. You've referred people there. What do you see the future like with you? Like, where do you think you're going to go from here?
Uh, I can't imagine not working out with Dio. If the time ever came, I'd probably be pretty upset. Because like I said, he's changed my life. I hope wherever Dio goes that I'm able to go follow him and still work out with him. And whether it's at any time or whether he's moves on and opens his own gym, I plan on following him everywhere he goes and continuing to work out with him and stay in the best shape that I'm in.
Okay, let's switch gears. Let's talk about Dio a little bit. You talked to him as a trainer. You know how he changes things up. He's been able to get amazing results. What type of person is he?
Dio's a great guy. You could call him at 3 in the morning, tell him you need help, and I think he would be there for you. Um, he's definitely a caring guy, cares about other people. You can see it sometimes when you just tell him a story or something that's happened to someone. He's genuinely concerned with how other people feel and how other people are doing.
So it might be a little bit different than maybe some other trainers or other gyms where they kind of just go in and work you out. Like he kind of takes it to a different level.
Right, other gyms, they come in and they probably just there to get their check marks or to collect their paycheck or whatever, but I think Dio generally cares about the health of other people and the fitness of other people and really wants to see his clients succeed.
What are some words that describe who he is? You'd mentioned one. You mentioned he was caring. Any other
Right.
words that you can think of that maybe describe who he is?
Just a really super nice guy. Compassionate would probably be another good word I would use to describe Dio. Very compassionate.
Okay, I got a few more questions for you. Um, First one I have is you mentioned before that you'd follow him anywhere if and you hope it never came to that point where maybe you never you wouldn't see him anymore. But let's say it happens. Let's say it's the last time you were gonna see him and you weren't even able to talk to him ever again. No phone, nothing. It was the last time. He's changed your life. You lost 70 pounds. All this stuff. What would you want him to know? What would you want to tell him?
Well, I'd have to tell him thank you. I don't think that would be enough. Um, I would just tell him that he changed my life and thank him as much as I could, and hope that he would be able to go on and help other people the way he helped me.
Now, people will see this and they're going to say, okay, Jack's got all these results, but I'm still not sure if this is right for me. And if someone's interested in working with Dio and they're kind of on the fence, what would you want them to know? What would you want to say to them?
I would say to them, Dio's a very flexible guy. If you're not sure, go do a workout with him. He's not going to make you commit to anything before you come in or anything like that. He'll do a workout session with you. If you decide it's for you and you sign up, great. If you decide it's not, that's fine too. Schedules, all that, any excuse anyone has, Dio has a way of working around it. He's very flexible with schedules. He'll come to you instead of you coming to him. All those things, Dio can do all that stuff for you. So I would say just give it a try and see how you like it and go from there.
Okay. Jack, is there anything you want to add about maybe the training, your experience, or Dio that we haven't covered?
No, I would just say it's not any kind of training that anyone else is offering out there. It's not CrossFit. It's not, weight machines or anything like that. It's a variety of everything, and it's been like I said, I'm in the best shape of my life. It's the greatest program I've been on. So I would encourage anyone who's thinking about getting in shape or starting a new program to definitely give Dio a call.
Great. Well, Jack, had some amazing results, and I appreciate you taking the time to share your experience and story with us, and wish you the best of luck.
All right, thanks.